Hi, so I thought I would also read today on Trump's physical condition. Today he spoke at West Point Military Academy, and it's becoming more apparent that he has weakness on the right side of his body, I believe it is. A lot of people have been noticing it for a very long time, and, also, signs of dementia. Yeah, you could just think that's just his personality. He just talks in a certain cadence in a certain way, but a lot of other people say that they see dementia, and it's usually people who have seen it in their own families. So I saw it before he even ran for president. I thought, well, we all see that there's a problem, and nobody's, yeah. And like I would hashtag on Twitter to see, is anyone else seeing this? And now it's, every minute people are seeing it. So anyway, the question being a request from my husband. He wants to know about, did Trump have a stroke? I think the answer is yes. I also, by the way, I've done a read on this on a shunt that I think he had gotten in his head that people could see. And I feel like I did it before I had very many. I thought it was a good reading. If you want to find the Trump shunt, I think I'll put it in the notes if you want to look that up. But anyway, so okay, let's see, what can we know about Trump's physical condition? Has Trump had a stroke or a series of strokes? How serious is this? Is it going to get progressively worse? Is it old? Is it new? Let's see what we can find out about Trump and strokes. Has Trump had a stroke or a series of strokes? And the thing you'll see if you watch any of the speech from today, he has trouble lifting a cup of water, and he has to help with another second hand, and he also seems to be very off balance walking down a ramp, I think. It's very hard to watch. Wow. Wow. Okay, so here's what I have for this, and it's pretty intense. We start on death. So to answer the question, yes. It's weird. I didn't quite get an answer on stroke or no stroke. It's just he's got a condition and it's not going to get better. And it's permanent. And I mean, that card kind of says it all. Also, it's the things that are sort of dying. If he loses an ability in his arm or in his brain to reason things out, or he loses a word, it's not coming back. These things are dying little by little. I'm sorry. And it's I can't help but feel bad. I know. He is literally the worst person in the world. He doesn't care about anybody, but and then what I see, the King of Cups covering, that this tells me that he has become a person who is much more driven by emotion, which, not oh, he has a big heart, but he's less and less using his reasoning skills. I like this, I don't like that. I don't like, and I mean, as it's just alarming to consider that's the president of the United States. I mean it like a tired toddler who just is gonna cry if they don't like the shoes that you picked, and just demand something out, different shoes. He's floating on a sea of emotion because he's losing these abilities little by little. At the surface, and this this makes me sad because I see this, and again, more terrible people that I should not feel sad for, but Knight of Cups and this Queen of Pentacles, I think this is Melania. I think she's out. Like, I don't think she's involved in the family anymore. I think that this is Ivanka. I think it is falling to her. And I think they try to talk to him. I think they want him to sort of take a resignation deal. And, you know, I in other readings, I have felt like there have been resignation deals offered to him where they can walk away and no one will bother them, you know, like non-prosecute, like they won't be, you know, prosecuted for anything or whatever. And so they try to talk to him, like I see, you know, Don Jr. maybe in this, like, hey dad, you know, and then, and why are they, at the base I see a King of Swords. There is a doctor who has told them, like they know. There is an expert who has told them, yeah, you know, here's what I see, here's my evaluation, and it's not good. And so therefore they're trying to reason with him. Melania's out. She's been out of this for a long time. And yeah, Ivanka, it's sort of falling to her to care for him. And this is just more, you know, this Eight of Swords is just, he's just trapped in this situation, in his body, in his mind, in the whatever the condition is, however it came to be, he's trapped in it. You see her arms are tied here, you know, that I see that as his continued difficulty with his body. Oh, that's tough. This would tell me upside it tells me a partnership, an agreement. This tells me he will not listen to anyone. So he's trapped and like he kind of wants to be left alone in a way. He won't listen to anyone. The Fool, I see this totally as him having this idealistic idea of himself. There's no problem and everything's wonderful and everything's going to be okay. You know, I don't think he's one to sort of face reality anyway. So in this, he's sort of an ignorance is bliss kind of thing. He's sticking with his narcissism to carry him through. He is special. He is super. He is amazing. And he can do anything. And then I saw, you know, it's in the hopes and fears position. I see the fear literally as being, I looked at his feet on unsteady ground, and there's a cliff that he's about to walk off of. And I feel people are afraid he will fall, that there will be a fall. Hi, quick note I wanted to throw in. I did this reading Saturday night and recorded it. And Sunday morning, I woke up to see that Trump tweeted that he was afraid he would fall on that ramp. I just can't believe he actually tweeted that, since his whole brand... Well, first of all, since I, in the reading, had seen that was a fear, but that he would say it out loud seems like a bit of a lack of awareness. But also, you know, because his whole brand is being tough and strong. And also I've seen that now that the New York Times has dropped a story about questioning his health. How well is he, based on the way he was walking and all that. So a lot sort of coming out on that today. And I've heard this from people who are commenting on, tweets about this, that he's headed for a fall. And so it makes sense that people would be concerned about that. And then for the final outcome, before I got these clarifiers, I have the Devil card. And I sat with this for a while trying to figure out, how is this the final outcome of, has he had a stroke and where is this going? And what I really see is, if you look at the face here, I see an angry old man. He's going to just get meaner, okay? Yeah, like as if you think that can't be possible. Like, I think that he's just going to become a grumpy, grouchy, mean man. And I don't mean to be insensitive, of course, to anyone, for anyone who has or could get dementia. Like any dementia patient has my like total sympathy and love. I don't, but I'm just saying what I see here. I know that actually can be an effect also. And, maybe it has to do with, I don't know what's there. He's an angry, mean person who's gotten everything he's wanted, and it's just going to get sort of ugly. That's what I see. At the base at that time, I got this card, which told me there is fighting going on within the family. Oh yeah, I related that very much to these cards. Yeah, so it's a tense situation in the family. What do we do? It just can get very tense. And then these were sort of sitting there. And then I saw it with this, which I was saying in my last reading, I sometimes see this card as an institution. Like, we need to get him somewhere. We need him to be taken care of, is what I think. And then, the other, no, we need to get him reelected. I don't know. I can't even imagine saying that. But yeah, and this could also be fighting within like the GOP. I mean, this is going to fall when we see in history, I think that a lot will come out. The people saw this and did not do anything. They just wanted their celebration, their power, and that's some of this evil too. Just keep him running, keep him operating. It's like, this person needs help. You don't keep someone operating so you can continue to like get judges. It just makes me so mad. This I see as the continual watching of things getting worse. His symptoms are growing and trying to have some control over something that's uncontrollable. And then I wanted some clarifiers on this devil card. And, so the burden, that makes perfect sense. I mean, that's kind of all you need there. He's going to become a greater burden, more difficult to almost just like hold up, and it's going to be a bigger burden on him as well in the problems he's dealing with, and for everybody to sort of accommodate someone who's growing meaner and meaner. I also got the High Priestess. I mean, look at these huge cards, the High Priestess and the Wheel of Fortune. I think the High Priestess here is telling us that he is playing out some kind of karma here. And also, like what I said, I think that it's, at this point, we know he's unable to be in this position. And this is more of a reflection on everyone else who is enabling him, on the system. This is like, it's like this horrible system needs to be exposed for supporting this. And that is like, if we're wondering why is this going on any longer, there's some wisdom to it that we can't understand. But the Wheel of Fortune, I mean, says it all. It's exactly right that the wheel is turning and we can see where it's going. So that's my read on that. I mean, believe it or not, I don't even wish something so awful on any human. But that's the deal there, that I see anyway from my read and my cards, just sort of my intuitive read. So let me know if you had any thoughts on any of the cards or anything else you would like me to read on. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.